Hello, hello, Pile One. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is Soul Purpose Activation. My name is Michelle, and today we're back with another future spouse tarot reading. Pick a card reading, okay? And today we're going to basically tap into what is it about you that stands apart from the rest as far as your future spouse is concerned. What made them choose you? What made them, want to forsake all other options, okay? What is it about you that stands apart from the rest, okay? So you guys chose pile one with the Smoky Quartz point. We'll just pop this beautiful baby right over here. And Smoky Quartz is really usually is good for protection, grounding, sometimes cleansing. So that could be indicative of the energy that they feel when they're around you. I am picking up an energy of you feeling like home to them. Like your energy being very cozy and warm. Okay, and look, so the overall general energy for this reading, you guys, we have peace and fearlessness. All right, so we have the crown chakra with the clear quartz, and then we have solar plexus chakra with amber. And this is how they feel, which doesn't surprise me. They feel safe and at peace in your presence. Okay, so that would explain why I was getting that feeling of home. You feel like home. Your future spouse may have to deal with quite a few, there may be a lot of chaos, or they may have to deal with a lot of unpleasant personalities out in the quote-unquote real world, and maybe even at work. And then there's something about coming home to you that they've never been able to find in anybody else. Okay, of course we're going to get more into this energy. Not to say that they don't find you attractive or anything like that, but something about your energy, it's like you provide a sense of home for them, a peace and comfort. And I am picking up that your future spouse is also saying, they do feel magnetized towards you. That's going to be an obvious, right? But they don't put a lot of importance on what a person looks like, because over time, you guys, beauty fades, right? And so it's your energy that they fall in love with, and your energy just feels like home to them, okay? So what is it about? Okay, so pile one's future spouse. What is it about pile one that makes pile one stand out to you? What is it about pile one that makes pile one stand out to you? What is it about pile one that makes pile one stand out to you? What is it about pile one that makes pile one stand out to you? Balance. There's that chemistry. I knew it was there. It's just that, that chemistry, so that spark, and I did say they feel magnetized towards you, so they are wanting to know. Of course they're attracted to you, right? But it's not, that's not the reason necessarily why they chose you. Because like I said, over time, outer beauty, we age and that beauty can fade. And so one of the things you don't have to worry about, pile one, is this person going through like a midlife crisis and wanting to get like a younger version, right? And then we got transformation. Okay. And with we got worst nightmare here, and then unrequited love. I do feel like your future spouse may have had, actually, the information, the energy I'm picking up from here is they may have had or grown up in a family dynamic where this feels more parental than it does like a romantic interest. Unrequited love from like the parents, never being able to quite measure up to, a mother figure or a father figure's, whatever they want to call that, not being, feeling like nothing they do is ever enough, right? You kind of provide them that energy that they wished they could have had when they were growing up. You give them a sense of the kind of home they wanted, the way they wanted to feel in, you know, in the presence of their parents, which was unconditional love, unconditional acceptance, loving them, you know, for everything that they bring to the table, including their faults, right? And I don't feel like they ever had that. There's this feeling, pile one, where your future spouse has always felt they're in competition for something. They're always having to compete for something, even still to this day, not necessarily just for love, but just in general. And they love that they're able to come into your energy and they can just be themselves. They don't have to feel like they have to compete for your love, for your attention. And they've never had that before. So that's what makes you and your energy stand out to them. And of course, we're going to clarify all of these messages here. We'll find out what's going on with the worst nightmare and karmic connection. They may have had a relationship in their past, a romantic relationship. That could have been a karmic, but karmics aren't always just, you know, romantic relationships. You can have a karmic friendship. You know, your relationship with your parents can be karmic, and it's like you come in, or they, you know, they feel like when they leave your energy, and this is something for them that they're going to have to learn how to do too. I mean, you're kind of living by example in front of them. For the first time in their life, their energy feels balanced, because there's something about coming into your energy that kind of helps them balance that energy. So it's like being with you and in your energy, pile one, brings them closer to themselves, which they've never really had that before. And of course, yes, with chemistry, creativity, and passion here, you know, they are obviously attracted to you. They love making love to you, I hear. And in this energy that they have with you, it's like, yes, the spark is there, but because they fall in love with your energy, you don't ever have to worry about losing the spark, because that spark is not solely based on physical attraction. It's based off of the energy that you're in. Okay? They're saying there's more to attraction than just looks. Why is the worst nightmare here for karmic connection, or for... you are, okay, so they did have a relationship in their past. It's not really coming up here whether or not it is a, you know, a romantic relationship, but it is one that stands in, there's some legality here. It could be a marriage, okay? It could be parents, because there's some kind of a legal bond to this person. So it's either their parents, you guys, or it could be both, okay? It could be a past marriage. They had a lot of hopes and dreams that they wanted to get out of this connection with this person or these people, if it was their parents, okay? That they never were able to quite reach. And actually, you know what, you guys, if this is more of a parental thing, like their relationship with their parents, they're still hoping for that. Even after all this time, they're still hoping for that. But what makes you stand out is you are everything they wish their parents could have been, in terms of, you know, being that safe space for them, loving them unconditionally, being, you know, a good source of emotional support and stuff like that. They never felt, and this is really kind of sad, they never felt like they could just be themselves around their parents. And or, you know, this romantic, you know, connection that they may have had at some time or some point in the past. You are like a polar opposite of, you know, you do embody the star energy for them. And then with the solar plexus chakra, it's like you may have some Leo. I don't know why I said Leo, because this is an Aquarius card, but you may have some Leo in your chart. Could have some Aquarius in your chart as well. There is a lot of air coming through, or the person that they were dealing with could have been an air sign. But we got Libra and Aquarius here showing up. The other one would have been a Gemini. The other sign would have been a Gemini. Okay, but you, it's almost like you restore that hope for them. Like, you know, okay, I feel like they're gonna finally at some point kind of come to terms with what they didn't get from this past relationship or relationships, and realize that, you know, it was always meant for you to come in and give that to them. Okay, why is balance here for pile one's future spouse? Why is balance here? I'm hearing like you're the most balanced, most grounded person they've ever known. I really do feel, you guys, like your future spouse is surrounded by a bunch of snakes. Your future spouse does not feel safe around a vast majority of the people they have to be around. And they didn't realize it until they met you, or until they meet you. They're able to let their guard down around you, which they've never been able to do, I feel, at any point in time before. Like I said, they feel safe in your energy to be who they are, unapologetically. They don't feel like they have to defend anything about themselves with you. You love them exactly as they are. You're able to hold space for them, even if there are things about your future spouse that you don't necessarily, you know, that you don't like. You know, you're in this space with them where it's like, okay, I don't like this. I don't really approve of this, but I accept that this is where you're at in your journey. And you hold space for them to kind of learn how basically to do life, right? Why is Sparks here? Oh, I'll take a look though. Oh, wow. Ooh, yeah, I guess these were meant to come out. Okay, so for Sparks, we got chemistry, new passion, and creativity, but we also have clarifying that the Seven of Swords, the Three of Cups in reverse, and then we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, so the reason why it's like yes, they do feel a spark and a chemistry with you that they've never been able to feel before, but what makes it stand out above anything they've ever experienced is the fact that they don't have to hide it. They don't have to hide how they feel about you. They don't have to feel like they got to keep it under wraps. Wow, I really am feeling, you guys, that your future spouse's experience in the past, just about anything they may have felt happy about or passionate about, got knocked down. You know, if they always felt like they had to hide how they were feeling about somebody. They had to, basically it's like they had to hide if they were feeling happy or celebratory. It's almost like that triggered something in somebody else. Possibly I'm picking up a lot of parental stuff here as well. But of course, those dynamics are going to replay out in our relationships as we get older. So, you know, even if they have had a significant romantic relationship that turned out to be a karmic, they may have had deep feelings for this person. And anytime they felt happy around this person, it triggered whoever that karmic was, and they had to keep it under wraps. They were never able to really fully enjoy whatever that passion was. That's sad. See, with you, it's like you encourage that. And the reason why they are able to pick up on that is because you yourself are so open with what you're wanting, how you're feeling, you know, and they realize, oh, you know, this is how pile 1 is being. It's, you know, it's like a breath of fresh air. All right, why is unrequited love here? Yeah, okay. So, like I said, your person always felt like they had to be in competition to get any kind of recognition, any kind of, you know, reciprocated feelings of love and adoration. It was always made known, especially here with the moon in reverse, for them growing up mainly. And now it's, you know, entered into their adult, the way that they are experiencing relationships, not just romantic relationships, but all kinds of relationships. You have to compete. You have to earn love. That's what they've come to, you know, that's what they've learned. You got to fight for love. You got to fight for someone else's attention. You need to measure up. And they know they don't have to do that with you. And to them, that's the sweetest thing in the world. All right, what's here for transformation? What is transformation here? That is a lot of cards. But I'm going to take them. We got the 10 of Wands in reverse. We have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. We've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Temperance in reverse, and then we have the Empress in the upright position. Okay, so I'm just going to put that to the side right now. You make life so much. I'm hearing you make life worth living, which they do understand and realize they're needing to, you know, find that space within themselves, but they needed somebody. See, that was supposed to be their parents. Their parents were supposed to live by example and teach them that as they were growing up. They didn't get that. So they're getting that from you, right? It's like you don't know it, but it's almost like you are kind of helping to reparent this person, not in ways of like reparent them in terms of, you know, this is how you behave when you're around, you know, women or men, or this is how you know, teach them their manners or anything like that. It's you're teaching them what real love is truly like. And love is not burdensome. Feelings are not burdensome. Affectionate, you know, showing affection and receiving affection is not burdensome. You're making them realize that they don't have to do life alone. They've never, that's another thing that stands out for them. They've never realized before you how alone in the world they felt. Even though they've been surrounded by friends and family, they never realized how truly alone they felt until they met you. They don't feel alone anymore. Definite huge transformation on that part. They used to feel prior to meeting you that they had the worst luck in the world. There's, you know, the counterbalance with Temperance. They just, yeah, you come in and you set everything right. So that now this is what they're feeling. They're feeling safe and comforted, at peace and at home, finally in their own world, in their own home. Finally, it's like I found that one person in the world that makes me feel like I belong. They never felt like they belonged. Okay? Powerful, powerful feelings and stuff coming from your person, your future spouse. Powerful. Let's get some messages from them to you. What do you want to tell pile 1 as far as what makes them stand out to you? What makes them stand out to you for pile 1? The energy coming through with this Empress energy too, or the message coming through with that Empress energy there is like you're everything they've ever wanted. And they may not have even known that they wanted that. It's one of those things like they didn't know. They had nothing to compare it to. They had no idea what, you know, a real home was, what that feeling was until they met you. They had no idea that they were missing that or even needing that. They had no idea. They didn't realize that that's what they wanted all this time. They just wanted to feel like they belonged. They wanted to feel like, you know, at home, at peace, safe. We have, I don't want to let you go. No, they never will want to let you go. So many things remind me of you. They do. You've become kind of like the measuring stick. They compare everything and everyone to you. Like if they're out and about, like say like if they're hanging out with friends or something, maybe it's, you know, friends night or something, and you're not there for whatever reason, and it's like, man, I wish pile 1 was here. Nothing feels as good as when pile 1 is with me, kind of that thing, right? And when the two of you are apart, that's something else that sticks out in their mind about you. It's like they never quite get you off of their mind. Yeah, see, they've had to hide their feelings in the past. They don't have to do that with you. And it's like a breath of fresh air for them. But as I was saying before with this, so many things remind me of you. They've never, you know, they may have had crushes and they may have even been infatuated, but they've never really had this experience with somebody where it's like, I'm not necessarily picking up a codependent vibe. There may be a little bit of that energy in there. Like, I don't see them having an issue with the two of you, you know, doing things separately in terms of, you know, you go and you have your, you know, your nights out with your friends, and then they'll go and have their nights out with their friends, and there's no jealousy or competition or anything like that there. But there still is this thing. It's actually really sweet where they're like, man, yeah, you know, this is my night. Look at that. See, there you go. I find you so attractive. So they are physically, very physically attracted to you. Okay. But they're wanting you to know that's not what they're basing this off of. But there's no jealousy when it comes to this connection. They've never had that experience before when they're out and about with, you know, maybe without you. It's almost like they miss you the minute that you leave. Whatever it is you're doing, going to school, going to work, you know, if you go on a little mini vacation with your friends or something like that, it's like they miss you. They want you around. And they've never had that before. Let's get one more for pile 1. And with this, talking about I find you so attractive in this context of the reading, because what we're asking them is, what about pile 1 stands out from a red? They are letting you know. They have never felt this attracted to somebody before. Okay, but they're not putting the emphasis on that. That is not what makes them fall in love with you. But yes, they're letting you know, I've never been this attracted to anybody before. Physically and energetically, okay? Let's get one more. Ooh, or 2 more. We can get 2 more. There we go. I can't stop thinking about you, okay? Yes, that's something they've never experienced before. And it's interesting with I can't reach out. There's something about you, pile 1, that always kind of seems a little bit out of reach when it comes to you. It may have something to do with that competitive vibe that they've grown up with. It's like I couldn't compete with you if I tried. We'll go ahead and why is I can't reach out here? Addiction and wedding rings. Interesting. This is kind of like them wanting to be, you ever hear that saying, it's like, you know, you get too close to the sun and you're going to end up getting burned. That's kind of like how they feel. There is this fear in them that they may lose you because of how they feel about themselves, and this is something they're having to work through, right? There's this feeling of not quite measuring up to your standards, even though you may let them know you're exactly what I want, right? It's interesting that we have addiction and wedding rings right here. You guys, they're going to fantasize, daydream, almost obsessively. They're going to be obsessing over marrying you. That's the thing. Like from the beginning, it's not going to take them very long to know that you're the one they want to be with, and they're having to like hold themselves back from proposing too early on. Interesting energy here. We're going to see if we can get an idea in terms of timing. Now remember, you guys, it's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay. And energies are always fluid. So just if it resonates, awesome. If not, you'll know it. Always pay attention to your own vibes. All right. Can you give us an idea of when this connection is going to either manifest in or level up for those that believe they've already met their future spouse? Now we got 2 and 3. Interesting. Let's get one more. Says it will work out soon. It is progressing well now. You guys, this could be happening here fairly quickly. If you haven't met your future spouse, you could be meeting them here very soon. For those of you who believe you've already met your future spouse, things are going to be leveling up here very soon. Let's get one more card for timing. Aries season. Okay. So, wow, we got 1, 2, and 3. It's like things are progressing very well and things are working out soon. Interesting. And then employ pioneering spirit. So we got Aries. So I'm hearing the first of the year. This is a timeless reading, you guys, okay? But I have the first of the year, maybe even New Year's, is when you might meet this person and or things will level up in the connection if you've already met them. Or we've got Aries season coming through, which is going to be, Aries season is March the 21st through April the 20th. It could be in as little as a couple of days, you guys, to about a month. But I will say I'm picking up the first of the year, okay? Maybe around New Year's. And then Aries season more dominantly, okay? All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and close this reading out here. I hope that it resonated. If it did, do me a huge favor. Be sure you're smashing that like button on the videos. It helps to get my channel out there. Also, be sure to comment below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what pile you picked. I'm always curious to know. And then share and subscribe if you feel led to do so. I will see you guys at your next reading. Thanks, pile 1. Hi Pile 2, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. This is Soul Purpose Activation, and we're back with another future spouse pick a card. This time, you guys, we are finding out what it is about you that stands out above the rest. Okay, why did they choose you? What made them, what is it about you that they have not been able to find in anybody else? Okay, that kind of energy. So keep in mind, you guys, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. And if you want to book a private, personal, a future spouse reading with me where I'm tapping in exclusively to you and your future spouse's connection, just check the description box below for booking details. We're going to get right into your reading. So you guys chose this beautiful blue lace agate point. That's what you were drawn to. So there may be something in this connection having to do with the way that you guys communicate, the things that you talk about, maybe very stimulating conversations, but I'm also picking up a lot of healing energy from that blue lace agate as well. Okay, something feels very easy going, very easy about this connection. How it flows like water, and that's something that they've never experienced with anybody before. It's very easy to be in your presence, not in a way of like you have no boundaries or anything like that. It's just like, I feel like a lot of you, like you will have a lot in common with your future spouse. And things just progress naturally and easily. I don't feel like either one of you have to force anything. I don't think there's going to be anything in this connection pile 2 with your future spouse where you're going to be left wondering, you know, does this person like me? How are they feeling? I don't feel any of that. It just feels very easy, like flowing, still calm flowing water. Things just progress naturally and easily, okay? Let's get the overall energy here. And we have, ooh, passion. It says turn your fear of change into excitement. So so we got the sacral chakra with tiger eye here, you guys. So one of the things that's going to set you apart from anybody else, any other romantic connection they may have had, is the XEX between you two is off the chain, like the best they've ever had. Okay, hands down, I'm hearing. And here we got, look at that. I was talking about, I haven't, this is the first time I'm seeing these, talking about communication. Okay, we got both throat chakra energies coming through with lapis lazuli, and then we have larimar. It's all about it's communication, but with the passion and expression, it's like, yeah, very expressive and very vocal, especially in the bedroom. But things are so easily. So there's a lot of expression and listening. This is what makes things between you two so easy. You know, a lot of the times people are trying to communicate with each other, but, you know, they may hear words coming out of the other person's mouth, but they're not hearing them or understanding or interpreting what they're saying in the right energy, right? That's not there with you guys. There's something so simple and so easy about the way the two of you get along. It's natural, it's innate. You know, you don't have to try to get along. You don't have to try to communicate effectively. It just comes naturally for the two of you. And that turns your person on. It turns your person on like none other. And there is something about, like, you know, you, the things that you guys can talk about. It's not just, yeah, I feel like there's open communication when it comes to, you know, things in the bedroom, right? Open and honest communication about what you like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't work, and blah, blah, blah. But it's just like your conversations in general. You're very intellectually stimulating to each other. Okay, I'm just picking up this easy energy between the two of you. And I just heard Easy Like Sunday Morning from, was it Lionel Richie? Easy Like Sunday Morning. All right, let's get more into this. So what is it about pile 2 that stands out above the rest for you? What is it about pile 2 that stands out about the rest? Y'all, they really like them bedroom. They like the bedroom times with you. They like who you are when nobody's looking. They like who you are when nobody's looking. I mean, they like you anyway, but there is a part of your personality I feel like not a lot of people get to see or get access to, and they love that part. But Shadows too is talking about hidden and unknown and mysterious, and that reminds me of shadow work. So it's like they love even the parts of you that may rub other people the wrong way. So this is about as close to unconditional love as you can get. It's like they love everything about you. I'm also hearing they love, like pile 2, I don't know if you're somebody that loves to dress up and wear makeup and dress to the nines and dress to impress and stuff like that, but it's like they love who you are even when you're just lounging around the house and, you know, in sweats or workout pants and no makeup on. If, you know, you're a person that wears makeup, you know, hair not being done or groomed or anything like that, it's just, they love you. And for that to come through, I mean, they may be somebody for whatever reason that, you know, probably because they're very, they're visual, they're a visual person. And maybe they've never really, it's like your natural beauty to them is just as magnificent as when you get all dressed up, and they've never quite seen that before or experienced that before, right? It's like you're even more beautiful or more handsome first thing in the morning before you even hop in the shower, or, you know, or get ready, you know, as ever. It's like, wow. Well, we're gonna clarify all this energy though. Let's see, pile 2's future spouse. What is it about pile 2 that stands apart above the rest? What is it about pile 2 that stands apart? You stopped them in their tracks. We'll get more on that. We got trustworthy, reliable, honors you. Yeah, see, the two of you just have all kinds of cool stuff in common. You might be that kind of person where, you know, in the middle of a conversation, somebody will say something that reminds you of something in a video or a movie, and you'll just start breaking out in, you know, whatever that is. Okay. Then we got winter with no progress in frozen. Okay. For pile 2, let's see why shadows is here. So right away I'm being told like they could know everything about you. They could know everything about you, and there's still something about you that feels like they haven't discovered yet. So it's like there's a never-ending curiosity about you, pile 2, which I feel your person loves, because they may be kind of a very, you know, analytical person. Maybe they like to figure out and solve puzzles and stuff like that, and there's like they're always trying to figure you out. You know, and I don't think you're doing it on purpose. It's just part of who you are naturally, but it's just like there's this energy with them where it's like you switched it up, you know, you switched it up on me again. Or I wasn't expecting that from pile 2, and they like that. There's this curiosity that you stir in them that they've never had before. I feel like your person may get bored easily, and they never get bored with you, ever. Okay, we got shadows. So why is shadows here for pile 2's future spouse, and what they find so stand out, extraordinary about pile 2? Why is shadows here? Let's try this one more time. I don't know. Do you like the Red Hot Chili Peppers? As soon as this card came out, all I heard, I forget what song it comes from, but it's I know it's you. You say hello and I say I do. Oh yeah, we got music and melodies here. So you guys are going to have a lot of the same musical tastes in common. You may even go to, and you may bond over a certain band or something like that. You may have a certain band in common that may, what do they call that? Like, okay, you know, for me, I love Tool. Okay, the progressive metal band Tool. Have been a fan since, you know, a long time. And not a lot of people are, you know, yeah, Tool has they got their following, they're diehard fans. But it takes a certain kind of person to really, you know, connect to that kind of music, right? And I feel like you guys will have the same dynamic where you'll be like, you'll talk about liking a certain band that maybe not very many people have heard of, or, you know, maybe they've heard of it, but they're like, yeah, you know, and then they'll be like, oh my God, I love that band. And you're like, what? You may even meet this person at a concert. And that is coming through for some of you. Why is the world here clarifying shadows? It's neat because we have the moon, and then we have the earth, and as far as the world goes, why is the world here clarifying shadows for? Interesting. You may be a bit of a nomad. Have you not really set down roots, pile one? There is also this feeling too, like you may be very spontaneous. I'm seeing images of people going to like festivals all over the world, doing a lot of traveling together. And the Five of Pentacles in this context is making me feel like you may have a home, you know, like a place that you call home, like a physical address, but it's like you may not be there for a while. You may not, you know what I mean? Like you spend a lot of time away doing interesting things. There's just this sense of you always being on an adventure. You always have something to talk about, something interesting to talk about. They are emphasizing interesting. Yeah, there's just this feeling of something about you. You're always stirring the curiosity, and they love that. They don't ever get bored with you. That's a big thing with them. All right, why is blocked ascension here? Why is blocked ascension here? Yeah, you stop them in their tracks. Why is blocked ascension here? We'll get one more. And not in a bad way, okay? Here's what they're telling me is that as far as like they would stop, like literally. There's not anybody else in the world that they would just drop anything for. But they would do that for you. They would drop anything. Not that you would ask them to, but it's like that's something they've never experienced for anybody before. They've never come across another human being where it's like, you know, basically it's like they would be at your beck and call. And they've never had that. They could be in the middle of a really important work project and you call them because, you know, you need help with something, and they will literally drop what they're doing to come help you, and they have never been like that with anybody else before. I don't think I need to clarify that anymore. Okay, let's go to loyal, trustworthy, and reliable. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. They haven't, oh, that's just so interesting. They haven't really met anybody that they trust as much as they trust you. Especially with this king, like with this King of Pentacles energy coming up in the reverse, it's like there have been people in their life that they should have been able to trust. Like even professional people, right? That turned out to be untrustworthy. People that, you know, and what's coming up is law enforcement officers, judges, which I know a lot of people have different opinions on people like that, but that's just kind of the, you know, parents, brothers and sisters and siblings, you know, people that you should be able to trust. But with the King of Pentacles here, though, your person may have some kind of a job where, I mean, they could be in the law enforcement industry, the justice industry. And it's like they can't even trust their own partners, right? Yeah, but with you, everything is out in the open. There's nothing hidden with you, which is a complete stark and contrast. This is why it's like you're a mystery and you're a puzzle to them, because I feel like you're an open book. But there are still things about you they just can't seem to figure out, and they love it. You know, I don't feel like you keep secrets from them at all, especially with the sun here and trustworthy and reliable. Why is music and melodies here? Ooh. See, I'm saying some of you may actually meet this person in a place where there is music playing. That may be where this happens. Or it could be very well this bond is created over a similar musical interest. Something about music, though, is very important to this connection. Why is winter here? What's coming up for me with winter, you guys, is something about, of course, this is going to be in, you know, or I'm in the States where Christmas and New Year's and stuff happens more in wintry climates and stuff like that. But you may have birthdays together in the winter. The two of you may, you know, bond over the holidays or something like that. But we're going to go ahead and... Something about winter, though. The two of you share an affinity for something. It could just be winter itself that the two of you love, or it could be that you guys have both have birthdays in the winter. Maybe both of you just love celebrating, you know, the holidays or something like that. Why is winter here? I'm hearing poker face. Oh my gosh. I'm hearing poker face. Because you think about like a resting bitch face, right? But that's not what came through. It's poker face. They don't think... You may have some Scorpio influences in your chart, pile 2. Possibly some Aquarius. Because there's something about them not easily being able to read you. Like I said, you're like a puzzle to them. And they're like trying to figure you out, right? They're trying to figure you out. All right, why is the Two of Pentacles here? They're trying to figure you out. And they've never really had that before. This is so interesting because we got balance, right, with the Two of Pentacles, and then we got the Six of Pentacles coming up in the reverse, which is almost like imbalance. You keep them on their toes, that's what it is. And they love that you keep them on their toes. Oh my gosh, you keep them on your toes. What else? Okay, let's get one more message for winter. Why is winter here? They can't figure you out. They cannot read you. Even though they know you are an open book, it's like something about you. They cannot necessarily pinpoint what it is. It's like pile 2 is an open book, but I still feel like there's still more about them I haven't found out yet. Maybe you keep to yourself quite a bit. I am picking up a lot of Scorpionic energy from you guys, or Aquarius energy. I do feel it's more Scorpio than it is Aquarius, because I do feel like, oh, still waters run deep, right? You feel a lot. But you keep a lot of it to yourself. That may be what is so fucking interesting about the bedroom for you guys too, because a lot of that just kind of like comes out. You know? That's the part of you that very few people ever get to see, and they flippin' love that about you. Yeah, there's always this thing with your future spouse and you where they're like, whoa, I didn't know that was there. That's so amazing. I didn't know pile 2 had that in them. Oh my God. You know what I mean? mainly what it is it's not that you keep your feelings hidden. They're just very still, you know, even though they're always right there, like you feel them so strongly, but nobody outside of you can tell what's going on. Not until you communicate, which, you know, you do very well. Let's get one more for winter. You know, it could very well look like on the outside, you know, nothing's going on. And then they talk to you and come to find out, you know, there's like tropical temperatures going on under there. I'm not talking about sexually either, but that could be very well. I do feel like you and your future spouse are going to have a very active, interesting, spectacular sex life. This is not that kind of a reading though. Yeah, see, look. You keep a lot of what you're feeling to yourself until you're asked about it. And I don't feel like you do that on purpose. It's just kind of how you are, right? And I love that we have Chiron here, very healing, which we were talking about, you know, something very healing about. Well, and something else that comes out about winter is like, you know, things are dormant in the winter. It doesn't mean that they're dead. They're just dormant. And then when it's time, it's just like, oh, wow, it's just, it's, you know, things bloom to life just out of like from one day to the next. That's something else they really love about you. Yeah, there's like your energy is not monotonous. It's not one, you know, a lot of people kind of tend to run on one line. I'm not picking up on mood swings. That's not what I'm talking about. It's just like from one day to the next, not multiple personalities, but maybe you wear a lot of different hats. So there's a lot of many facets. We'll say that. There's a lot of facets to your personality, and who you are one day could be very different from who you are the next, right? Like you may be kind of, you know, moody and broody one day, and so that's how you're dressing, you know, maybe darker clothing or something, you know, darker kind of makeup. And then the next day, maybe you're more bubbly. Right? More bubbly, more happy. And so, you know, you're wearing more vibrant colors and you know, stuff like that. That they love that. It's like, you know, from one day to the next, it's like, ooh, what facet of pile 2 am I going to get today? Right? You really intrigue your person though, pile 2. All right, let's get some messages from pile 2's future spouse about what about them stands out from the rest. It's like, you know what they just said? They said they don't need to date and have options. It's like, you're like, you know, multiple people all rolled up into one, but we're not talking about like, you know, multiple personality disorders, just so many different facets to your personality. And, you know, one day it's like, you'll be, this facet of your personality will come out, and then the next day, you know, a different one. It may not be that consecutive. It could be from one week to the next, but it's like, oh my gosh, you know, oh cool. You know, I don't pick up that you're the person that wears the same kinds of clothing every single day, or, you know what I mean? Or you wear your, you know, that you have people, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? You know, but there's different personalities out here. And we have, you know, some personalities just, they wear their hair the same way every single day. You know, they do their makeup the same way every single day. They wear the same kind of, you know, color palettes or whatever. That's not you. It's like they, like, who, okay, you know, who is pile 2? Who is pile 2 going to be like today? You know what I mean? Or this week, or this month, you know what I mean? You intrigue the fuck out of them. That's what they said. And yes, I am cussing because that's how it's coming through. I try to keep my cussing to a minimum though, because I don't want to make you too bad. All right, let's get some messages from pile 2's future spouse. All right, what messages do you have for pile 2 about what makes them stand out? I feel so happy with you. I'm not financially stable. We don't share the same values. Yeah, I'm not available. See, the two of you, you have a lot of fundamental differences in terms of what you are able to teach each other. But that's not exactly what it is that is kind of something that stands out, because I am picking up for some of you, like, your future spouse may have thought they were going to marry, or, yeah, just marry a certain kind of person, right? and then you come along and you just kind of rock their world, and it's like, oh, you thought you were going to fall for somebody like that, but no, you got pile two, right? The thing about you that really stands out is they know, like, you have the ability to absolutely break their heart, which I don't believe nobody else has ever been able to do. No matter what kind of an experience they've ever had with someone else, they may have been disappointed if a romantic relationship didn't work out, even if they were married before. There's something about the connection with you that if they were ever to lose it, would absolutely break their heart, which no one else has ever had that ability to do. Not like you. Something about the way, pile two, do you get lost in music quite a bit, like when you're listening to music, or do you do something, do you draw, do you paint, do you sculpt pottery? Is there something that you do while you're listening to music where you get completely lost in the moment, like you block everything out, like you're, there's something about that, that is absolutely mesmerizing for your future spouse. It's like you get into the zone with something. And something about the way that you behave when you're in this zone is mesmerizing to your future spouse. They'll just sit back and watch you. Maybe you do, maybe you sing and you go into a whole other realm when you're singing. I feel like, okay, I'm not available with the music and see, dancing, okay, singing, dancing, something like that, because we have date here, meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there. This is how they see you. I feel like there's something about the first time that you meet where you may be dancing, and when you're dancing, listening to music or singing or whatever, it's like you get transported into your own little world and you forget that other people are around, and there's just something very, I'm hearing magical, I'm hearing majestic about it that totally, that's what I'm not available means. Like, I'm in my own little world. I'm not available to you right now. I'm not available to anybody but, you know, my own feminine, inner feminine energy. I'm not here. I'm not here, you know. It's like I'm so grounded in my body. My mind is completely, it's still. And all I'm doing is I'm just existing in my body. Okay, interesting. Why is I'm not financially stable here? With that is right on top. Remember I told you something about, like you could call them, like it wouldn't matter. Like there's nothing that they could be doing that is more important than you should you pop in and need something. They could even be in the middle, like I said, of a really important project at work, and they could actually be in an instance where, like, even if they were going to, like, lose a client, they would never pick work over you. They would literally drop anything for you. And they would never do that. There's nobody else in the world, on the earth, that they would ever do that with. And then I feel so happy with you. The level of happiness that they feel for you exceeds what they've ever felt for anybody else before. Okay? All right, let's see if there's any timing that will come out about this connection, like when's it going to manifest, or when it's going to level up if you believe you've already met this person. We got 7, 12, and 8. Okay, so we are looking at, it could manifest within the next 12 months, so within the next year. Okay, this is a timeless reading, so within a year from the time that you're watching this video. Could be as little as, it says here, 8 days. Okay, so it's fairly soon, you guys. Pisces season is being highlighted here, though, which is going to be February the 19th to March the 20th. And the messages coming out here, it says determining their circumstances, find your center, and everything is in progress. So everything pretty much is on track where it needs to be. Like you're on the timeline to meet this person, okay? Within the next 12 months, notably maybe within Pisces season is really being highlighted here. It could be in as little as 8 days though, okay, you guys? All right, pile 2, that's your reading. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please do me a favor. Make sure you're smashing that like button for me. All right, comment below. Let me know what pile you picked. Let me know what you thought of the reading. Share and subscribe if you feel led to do so. I will see you guys at your next future spouse reading. Bye. Hi pile 3, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is Soul Purpose Activation. My name is Michelle. Today we are back with another future spouse pick a card reading. Woo woo. You guys, I don't know why I'm getting so hyped with this energy. I will tell you right off the bat, okay, I am picking up goddess vibes from you guys. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to be tapping into your future spouse's energy and figuring out what it is about you that makes you stand apart from all the rest. What is it about you that made them choose you over anybody else they may have been considering, okay? Because I feel for this particular pile, I feel like your future spouse has options, as do you, like maybe lots of options. So y'all might be like some real attractive MFers, okay? So this is a general reading, you guys. Keep that in mind. So just, as always, take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. If you are interested in booking a personal, private future spouse reading with me, just check the description box below. You already seen the info in the slide before. So we'll just get right to your reading. You guys chose the Lemurian Quartz. Are y'all goofy? Are you goofy? Because that's the vibes I'm picking up. I think y'all are goofy. Funny, okay? But I'm really digging this crystal though. Yeah, I'm picking up some goddess vibes because I'm like entranced. I'm not normally entranced by a crystal. So this is kind of letting me know like that's the vibes that's coming through for like why, what about you that makes you stand out from the rest, or something about you, pile 3, that your future spouse is not able to take their eyes off of you. Look what we have here. Boom. What did I say? We got confidence here, and we got divinity, goddess vibes. What did I say? Goddess vibes, God vibes, whatever. Okay. Divinity vibes. But we have chakra balance with harmony. Harmony makes the song of life sweeter. The energy, the crystals coming through here, green jasper, turquoise, and labradorite. Then we got confidence with solar plexus chakra. Rutilated quartz is what this one is coming through as. No one will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Be your own cheerleader. You guys have confidence on another level that your future spouse has never really seen before. Not cockiness, okay? But there is this confidence that you have. And not just in your appearance. It's just confidence in just overall confidence. And then divinity, recognize the divine in the mirror. They are picking up on that energy with you, where your energy just in general, there's nobody on this earth like you. And it's like, of course, that's why I'm picking up on that goddess vibes with you guys. What is it about pile 3 that stands out to you above anybody else? What is it about pile 3 that stands out to you above everybody else? Oh, we got perfect match coming out. Ooh, this is such a good reading so far. Perfect match. I'm even digging these colors that are coming out here. This color palette. Oh my gosh, it's so attractive. Y'all are really attractive. Don't lie. Don't lie. All right, let's get a couple more cards. What is it about pile 3? That's it. Okay, good deal. Yeah, see, you're everything that they think counterpart should be. You tick all the boxes. That's something they've never experienced before. And you got them on cloud 9. They can't think straight when they are around you. Something about your beauty is so ethereal. It's so otherworldly, unparalleled. And not to say, you know, you guys, I'm not saying that you're the prettiest or the most handsome person on the planet. But there is something about you that is so enchanting to your future spouse. It's like, you know, it sounds cheesy. I don't even know if cheesy is the right word, but it's like one of those things where, like, you don't have to worry, you know, if you were put in, and the funny thing is that y'all already know this and you're not even worried about it. But it's like they could put you in a room with, you know, 100 supermodels, if there's even that many supermodels on the planet, and they would still they would pick you. They would still pick you, because it's not just about the physical attractiveness, although I do feel they find you very beautiful or very, very handsome. It's your energy, something about your vibe that they have never felt or never found, never experienced. There you go. They've never experienced in somebody else. And your goddess nature or God nature, your divine nature is just coming through. Something about timing. You're timeless. Your beauty is timeless is what they're saying. Your beauty is timeless. I am hearing for a lot of you, you guys, even as you do grow older, you know how they talk about beauty fades, right? I don't feel like that's going to be the deal with you guys. I feel like you guys are going to be holding on to your youth, your youthfulness for quite some time. Like you may be pile 3. Some of those people where, you know, you look 10, 15 years younger than what you are in age. It's like, you know, yes, you will age, but it's like time for you seems to slow down when it comes to, you know, the natural progression of aging. It could be that, you know, your skin doesn't wrinkle when everybody else's does, or, you know, you maintain your hair color when everybody else starts to go gray and stuff like that. Something about your beauty is timeless. Yes, you do age, but there's something about you. You don't age as fast as other people. And that's something they've never encountered before. And I saw the 5 of Wands in reverse, which lets me know there is no competition. I'm like, no, we're not competition. But they're also letting me know your beauty being timeless means it's not completely, your beauty isn't 100% tied up in your physical looks. But you already know that. You're not worried about that. You're not worried about aging. You're not worried about aging. Okay, let's see. Why is... I don't need to... We're going to... Let's rainbow here for bad vibes clearing up. Your person could be in a bad mood. And the minute they get in your energy, it's like they forget what it was they were anxious and worried about. They've never had that before. We'll go ahead and let's see. What other messages do you have regarding rainbow? There's something, though, about you guys. Ageless. There's something about ageless. You don't age. And if you guys are still young, where this isn't coming, this is just kind of giving you a, you know, a spoiler alert. You know, you got some good things coming. You're not going to be aging as quickly as other people physically. And I'm really like rainbow. I'm looking at the colors, something you glow, or there's something about your coloring is beautiful to this person. It's not... I mean, if it has something to do with what you're wearing, it's just like that's an extension of who you already are. It's like there's something about, I don't know if it's your eyes, that your eye color, it could be your skin, it could be all of it. Skin color, eye color, hair color. Something about your coloring though. I'm definitely picking up this vibe that you glow in a way they've never seen before. So, you know, yes, physically they see you as being one of the most beautiful, they're saying creatures they have ever seen. They almost see you as being immortal. I'm talking to you about goddess or god or divinity vibes. They almost see you as being larger than life, you guys. Wow. I'm not picking up on any kind of like, obsessive vibes though. It's just they're in awe of you. They have never, you know that feeling when you see something, maybe you come across something that you've only had an idea about, you never really seen it in person, and it takes you a minute. You just stare at it like, wow, it's right in front of me. That's kind of how it is with you. It takes them a minute to get acclimated to your essence, your aura. And with perfect match and completion here, you guys, this is not going to be as long of a reading as the other two were, because this is all right here on the table. It's right here. They have never felt for anybody this feeling that they've found the one, ever. They've never felt that for anybody before. There is, like, here's how they're feeling. There is no one else for them but you. There is no one else. They are literally feeling like if they ever, like if anything ever happened to you, if you decide to leave them or things don't work out or whatever, it's like they already know. They already know. Look at this. They know. They're out. They're done for. We got the Five of Pentacles and the Three of Swords here. It's like there's no way. They cannot see life without you. They have never felt like that about anybody before. To them, it's like they've only heard of this kind of love or this kind of attraction. You know, maybe like they've only heard about it. Maybe in movies or people talking about it, but they've never actually experienced it for themselves. And it's almost like it's taking them a minute to really acclimate to the fact that it's right here. It's in my experience. I'm experiencing it with pile 3 right now. So if they, here's what they're saying. If they're telling you, pile 3, if they come across kind of like a blubbering idiot in the very beginning, it's because you got them out of their head. You got them out of their mind. They can't think straight, which means they're not able to really speak straight. It's like, give me a moment to gather my thoughts. You know, I'm basically living out a dream. I found my dream person, right? You know, I'm not really a blubbering idiot. It's just, damn, pile 3, you know, you're not even trying to, and you're casting a spell on him. Interesting. All right, I do want to clarify traditions, though, and see what that is here for. Why is traditions here? Oh. And okay, so that makes a lot of sense. I saw the Five of Wands again. So I am picking up for a lot of you, pile 3. A lot of you are going to identify more with divine feminine energy. Like that's your dominant energy, right? And I feel like your person may not have really cared too much for like what tradition would have been. But there is something about your energy, and that's just your, you know, your divine feminine energy that is sparking, activating their own inner masculine, where it's like, oh, you know, I mean, your person, your future spouse could be the person that was bucking tradition up to this point where they're like, they don't want to get married. They don't want to settle down. They don't want to have kids. They don't want to do what everybody else is doing, right? In that sense. And then they meet you, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute. I want the house. You know, I want the big house and the picket fence, and I want the, you know, the 2 or 3 kids, if that's what y'all want. You know, I want all that now. nobody else in the world has ever made them want any of those things. Like, I do feel like for a lot of you, your future spouse was bucking tradition up to this point, right? Maybe they were going to be a perpetual bachelor or bachelorette. Maybe they had this thing like, I'm not getting married. You know, I'm not going to be living with nobody. No, you know, like, I'll date. I'll have a long-term, you know, partner or whatever, but I'm not, you know, I'm not going that route, right? And then they meet you and all of a sudden it's like, when's the wedding? Tell me when and where and I'll be there. All right. Let's go ahead and your guys's, yeah, so your guys's channel between you and your future spouse is really, really open, because I'm not even really needing to get clarifiers for a lot of these, because the information is just flowing to me so easily. Yeah. But I do want to see if they have anything else to say about this traditions. Oh, I guess we're doing 2. Yeah, the 5 of Pentacles keeps wanting to come out. Your person has, oh no, that's the 3 of Pentacles. Your person has not wanted to settle down. At all. And you come around and now it's kind of like, now they're having this dream of building something with you, something spectacular, they're saying. Setting down family roots where they'd never wanted to do that before. Establishing traditions as a family unit with you, you know, and if you guys can or want to have kids. They've never had that before. Why is clouded here? That wanted to come out. And so we got the Wheel of Fortune. wanting to make a peek here. Hold on. We'll see how that's going to play in here. Give me a second. Let's get one more card. Actually, we'll see what that is. Yeah. You throw them, like, something about you. I feel this is initially you're going to throw them off balance. I feel like your person naturally, for the most part, is a pretty balanced person. But when they get in your energy, because your energy is just unlike anything they've ever experienced, anything they've ever expected, really. Very unexpected. And that's what happens when when you're experiencing something, you know, that, I mean, it's almost like, you know, like a fairy tale come true. What do you do when, you know, you see a unicorn when all you've ever seen is just drawings and stuff of them? I mean, you can't think. You just sit there and stare, and hopefully you're not drooling out the side of your mouth, right? And that's basically how it is. It's like you kind of throw your person's equilibrium off because your energy is just so powerful. Yeah. The Devil in reverse, that's letting me know that this isn't something that they don't have this natural tendency to self-sabotage. That's not it. So they're letting you know, I'm not a blubbering idiot all the time. You know, it's not going to be anything that you have to worry about where they're going to get obsessed, they're going to start stalking you or anything like that. It's just, it's going to take them a minute to be like, dang, you know, this really isn't a dream. This is real. You know, this is real. And there is going to be a little bit about them where they're going to worry, like, oh my God, you know, I hope I don't get obsessed with pile 3. You know, but I'm picking up some pretty healthy vibes from your future spouse. I feel they're very mentally and emotionally sound, but, you know, it's just one of those things like, damn, you know, when something you thought only exists in fairy tales turns out to be true, all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, you know, UFOs, aliens exist? What? Magic is real? Huh? You know, it's that kind of energy. What messages do you have for pile 3? I am waiting patiently. Yeah, they said they'll wait for you forever. Okay? They'll wait for you forever. What else do you want to talk about? Which they've never been for anybody else, because we have to keep in mind this reading is about things about you that, you know, make you stand apart. They're waiting patiently. Okay, so that's one of the things that may be a drawback for your person. They may not be very patient at all. I do feel your person, you know, probably mirrors your confidence in terms of, you know, when they see, you know, when they set their sights on something, they go for it. Right? But with you, they're going to be patient. You know, they're going to want to set the pace, but then if you're like, nah, you're going too fast, they're like, okay. All right, I'll ease up a little bit. You know what I mean? And they'll do it happily because they already realize, like, there's nothing out here like you. You know, there are no other options. There's nothing comparable to you. What other messages do you have for pile 3? I can't get enough of you. I can tell that. Yeah. And we'll see what that "you let me down" means. And then it says, I wish I could share my good news with you. And then I want you so badly. Oh, yeah, I can tell that too, especially with this devil energy in reverse here. All right, why is "you let me down" here? I don't feel like they're telling you like you let them down. It's like, you know, you get them so high in terms, it's like, it's almost like let me down easily. Like don't bring me up so high and then let me just crash down to the ground. You know what I mean? It's almost like go easy on me. Go easy on me, because they're like, you got them hook, line, and sinker, so go easy. Okay? Because it's one of those things, it's like, I feel like you can have whatever you want with this person, hands down. And so they're like, please don't take advantage of that. But really what I'm picking up from this, we'll get one more card, but it's like, let me down gently, easy. It's like you get them up so high, and it's like, please don't just let me crash and burn to the ground. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Let's get one more card here. Yeah, because your person is understanding, and they've never had this dynamic with anybody else before. Your person is not the kind of person to get into these addictive dynamics, those kinds of toxic attachments and relationships where, you know, you can get addicted to the other person. Yeah, look at that. You know what? We had addiction and wedding rings come out in one of the, exactly just like this. I think it was pile 1. I don't know. I can't remember if it was pile 1 or not. It was one of the other ones. So if you guys were drawn to either pile 1 or pile 2 as well, there may be some messages in there for you. Yeah, see, your person, yeah. So they're actually kind of afraid that they could fall into a toxic attachment. And so they're like, go easy on me, because, you know, I think they've probably seen it happen with other people, and, you know, they may have always scoffed at them. And now it's kind of like, oh shit, you know, now I understand what that's like, because pile 3 is going to have me over here doing shit I've never done for anybody, wanted to do for anybody before. Right? All right, let's see if we can find out things like stalking social media. They would never do that, right? They would never go and stalk someone's social media that they were dating or any, like if it was over, they would never go and stalk their social media or anything like that. You have this person 100% intrigued. I mean, they're stalking your social media and y'all are not even dating yet, right? Or whatever. It's like, you know, y'all meet and they, you know, maybe you exchange social media, you know, information, and they're just going down a rabbit hole, you know, when it comes to you trying to find out everything they can about you. It's like, I don't do this. What am I doing? Pile 3, you know, is just enchanting the F out of me. All right, when can we expect, or when can pile 3 expect movement in this connection? In terms of timing, when can pile 3 expect movement in this connection in terms of timing? We'll get one more card. Okay, so we have Leo, we also have Thursday. We got a lot, 5. 5 is coming up quite a bit. Then we also have 8. So Leo season coming out, which is going to be July the 23rd to, was it August the 23rd? Could be on a Thursday, or Thursday could be significant. So we have, it could be in as little as 8 days, you guys. 8 days to as much as about 5 months on the current timeline that you're on is when this connection is either going to manifest in, and or, you know, if you feel like you already know this person, this is when things are going to level up to the next level, whatever that may be. This here does look like a diamond. So for those of you who already think you know your person, I feel like you could expect a proposal probably within the next, I'm hearing 5 months. Okay. Which, let's see, this is a timeless reading, you guys. So it's 5 months from whenever you are watching this video. Which I've posted this video. This video is being posted November. And Leo season is about 8 or 9 months away. Okay, so depending on, you know, from the time you're, yeah, it says 5 months, but I'm going to extend it out to about 9, okay? 5 to 9 months, but it could be in as little as 8 days. All right, you guys? Okay, with a special nod to Leo season. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and end your reading there. If it resonated, make sure you are smashing that like button for me. Comment below. Let me know what pile you picked and what you thought of the reading. And also be sure to share and subscribe if you feel led to do so, all right? I will see you guys at your next reading. Thanks, Pile 3.